Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Hour of Power podcast. My name is Knighton, and always I'm joined by Trey. Trey, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic because of this mushroom coffee.
Oh, for fuck's
It's
sake.
really feeling the old tummy aches. I'm sleeping better, and I've been working out like crazy. I'm looking good. I might even make a run at a spectacular's spot. Who knows? I mean, these biceps they're getting swole. I'm telling you.
I'm just shaking my head at you right
Okay.
now.
Well, yes, that'll be more entertaining when we start doing the video stuff,
Yeah.
which we should have a date possibly by next week.
Well, yeah, because next week I'm going to be, or tomorrow I'm going to be moving. Hopefully. This has been a fucking ongoing extravaganza, but enough of my shenanigans. Let's get right into the show this week. And this was a damn good episode this week. We're going to start off with match number 1, the Southern Six, Kerry Morton and Alex Taylor with Ricky Morton versus Knox and Murdoch.
I enjoyed this. I don't know about you, and I know everybody's thinking, the finish was whatever, but to me, it just keeps it going. You still want to keep, both tag teams very strong, and I didn't mind the double count out. There was some, nice little spots in here. I enjoyed Kerry Morton getting thrown around like a rag doll a couple of times, and yeah, I just thought this was a nice little match, and there was some chemistry there with Trevor Murdoch and Knox and the Southern Six. So I'm hoping this continues. This isn't just a one-off, and they just, they booked themselves in a corner. They didn't want either one of those teams to lose. So I'd like to see this continue on to perhaps Dothan, Alabama.
Yeah, I had no problems with this. I definitely like the spot where Kerry was getting thrown around like a rag doll. That was fun to see, as always.
Yes.
Alex just got his ass pounded by the chops and was just taking a beating. And then when Ricky Morton grabbed a hold of Murdoch's foot, Alex was able to take that and get the advantage on it. Kerry and Alex had really good double team on Murdoch, but Alex ends up paying for it with a power slam from Murdoch.
It was over.
Dude, Knox and Kerry got each a hot tag, and then everyone just started brawling. And then Alex gets hit with the high-low, and I was like, oh, we're going to see the ending. And I was like, that's a definite win from Knox and Murdoch. And then when Ricky pulls out the ref, the match just gets thrown out. And I was like, I don't hate it.
I didn't mind it. And now we get I always thought the dynamic of Ricky Morton being their manager was a little bit off because he was still cheered by the crowd in a baby face, and then here he is managing this heel team. But this was clear cut, some heel stuff. And he no-sold a couple of Murdoch's punches there towards the end. I'm like, all right, Kerry, get a little feisty.
I noticed
Ricky,
that
I'm
too.
sorry, excuse me. Yeah, the ending, I liked it because it showed you that Ricky is always going to have his son's back, whether that's in a heel role or a babyface role, which in this case, a heel role. So it was interesting to see this giant babyface, which he has been a heel in WCW for a short time, but it was interesting to see him in this role. And I liked it, man. And now we know it, like, look, it's clear cut. He's supposed to be a heel.
Mm-hmm. Well, we hope that we can see more of this because honestly, this was pretty good. I liked it.
Yes, I enjoyed it too.
All right. Promo number 1 of the night was the Immortals. Who? That's the only question that you needed to ask when it came to the slime balls. And according to Kratos, it really didn't matter who get in their way. They're just going to take them all down. And then Kratos asking if the slime balls have brought enough first aid kit, a big enough first aid kit, and a big enough medical team, because the slime balls were about to enter the belly of the beast.
And boy, did they.
Yeah, I mean, it's the standard shit talk promo, which I enjoy. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy it, but that match was definitely something. So,
but yeah, they smacked them around in this, man. Those when he got him in the corner and propped him up there in the corner with his legs up on the rope as well, and he was smacking the shit out of his chest. Oh man, I'm telling you, they took a beating. That superplex off the top rope as well.
Wait. Stop getting ahead of yourself, pal.
Oh, okay.
We got a match in between that.
Oh shit, that's right. There was a lot of action going on in this.
I know there was more action than talking. I was like, hey, I can get used to this.
Yeah, it was great.
Match number 2, Mims versus Max the Impaler.
Oh my god.
Winner will become the undisputed NWA TV champion. Dude, this match and the main event were probably my 2 favorites.
Yes, what a freaking episode of Power this week. I'm going to go ahead and give them the props this week.
Max and Mims going at it and getting into that power struggle in the collar and elbow tie up. I was like, ooh. I mean, this was a really good match. And then
the way they booked around it was very entertaining. Like, this was no technical 5-star classic, don't get me wrong, but they booked it perfect. And I mean, coming out of this, I have to think that Max may be the next person in line to get a shot at EC3.
Why?
She just defeated Mims.
So?
And won the Undisputed Television Championship. She looks unbeatable. And you tell me who else EC3 is going to face right now. Because I don't think it's going to be Thrillbilly. They faced off a while back at a pay-per-view like a year and a half ago or so. So I don't think it's going to be Thrillbilly. I don't know. And it just seems like the most logical choice right now. It's a spectacle. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that.
I know it's the most logical choice, but it's a choice I don't want to see.
I kind of do. I don't know why. Like, it's usually I'm not into stuff like that. But here she proved herself that she can hang with the guys, take shots from the, elbows and punches. And so to me, I think that she's the logical next choice. We have a run in, and it is Kara. I promised you people we would have Kara back on. How you doing tonight, Kara?
Hi.
What we're reviewing is the Max match and Mims match.
Ooh.
And how heartbreaking it was for me and Knight and 2.
Yes.
Have to watch our hero Mims lose.
That I know. That I agree. That was so disappointing to see.
Were you sitting out in the crowd for this?
No, I wanted to be so bad, and luckily the venue had there was like a balcony in the hair area, so I could see over it. So I watched it from really high up. But that was just like a crazy day where people kept asking me for just like retouches or just I did not get to, and I was so disappointed because I wanted to. And it was just such a cool venue.
It was. That's what I was fixing to say, was the venue looked really, really neat. I like the change in Power where sometimes it's, a TV studio, and then sometimes it's stuff like this where it almost looks like a really cool nightclub.
Yes.
In the back, and the balconies and stuff, and the lighting was really, really neat.
Oh my gosh, the lighting was not neat.
It wasn't?
I'm sorry, no. The hair, like, this is probably not interesting at all for the listeners, but it was the worst venue we have ever been in for hair and makeup. There was one plug and the light was so bad. Luckily, like, the makeup artist brings a light, but I don't. That's not something, like, hair people don't normally travel with lights, You just
right.
It was awful. And there was just like not like I was keeping my tools on a pool table. It was and like all on the left of me, but I'm right-handed, but like the only plug was on the left. I actually ran really I probably missed his match because I was running behind that day, struggling to get everyone done because the setup was so bad. And it's fine. Like, the episodes are really cool. I heard you guys complimenting the venue last week, and I totally agree, but That was rough.
Like the LED lights that are by the ring and the guardrail and stuff, I thought were kind of cool. It just looked different.
Yeah, no, totally.
Thought that was cool about it.
And it's cool how the audience is right there.
So Max, of course, is going to pick up the win here with the power bomb to Mims while he was kind of like punching her in the corner. I thought he was going to kick out. Like, I just was shocked. I was shocked. But what we're debating right now, Kara, is who is the next person in line to face EC3? I believe it is Max Impaler. I believe she can be a threat for that title. She just proved that she can compete with the men, and she just defeated Mims.
Wow.
What do you think?
I think that's a super interesting theory. Yeah,
I just think it's a spectacle, the matches, and I think it'll draw. Knighton does not think that.
Hi, Knighton.
He doesn't want it to happen.
Hi to you. And Mims is also waiting for the link. I don't know if you still want him to come on, but he could also weigh in on this.
Of course. Yeah. We'll send him the link.
Yeah, Knighton, why don't you think that that's something that might happen?
I would more think that they are going to challenge Kenzie Page for the women's title. It's just the most logical, in my mind, that's the most logical setup. Because Kenzie beat Max to become the first ever women's TV champion. And then Kenzie went on to win the women's world champion after Max had beat Kenzie at NWA 75.
Right. And I'm looking at she's already beat Kenzie Page. She's already proved that, she can defeat the current women's champion. And she did it in pretty dominant fashion. So I'm like, what is next for Max?
Yeah, but it's a 1-1. You need that. Okay, who is the decisive victor out of this rivalry? And it's just a 1-1 split.
Right.
So that has to be the only explanation and direction that they want to go. Now, what are they going to do with the men's television championship? I don't know.
I don't understand. Is it still gendered, or now that it's unified, is it just the televion championship?
That's a good question.
We're hoping they could answer something like that, because
Mims can tell us. I have no idea.
Yes.
I don't think Mims wants to friggin' have dirt rubbed into that wound.
Yeah.
Listen, when he goes off the rails, you can't point the finger at me. I didn't ask the question, okay?
I sent him a link on Instagram, Kara, if you want to tell him.
Okay.
Oh, phooey.
Yeah, because I'm interested to see what he says about that. Because is there going to be a new belt made? It's like the unification of the, I don't know, television title. Is it something she'll have to defend against men and women? Because that could be that could be a good story if you don't want to have her face EC3. Is that her next story is, her defending that title against men successfully too.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing Max and Judias again. I thought it was really cool that I think it was only one match that they tagged. I don't even remember who the opponents were, but I thought they were great together.
Yeah, they're in the same stable, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe it's been more than
that would be
one
interesting.
Match, yeah.
He goes by Judas on the indie scene. I thought that was kind of interesting that he goes by Judias here.
Oh.
Yeah. I've seen him so many times in Southern Honor. He's been around. He's been around for a while. He's actually the current Southern Honor champion.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you see that, speaking of that group, did you see that Sal is coming to Chattanooga this weekend?
What
or
for?
Next weekend? It was on his Facebook. It looked like a seminar. I don't know if he's also wrestling, but I'd love to go. I think it's just a seminar, which obviously
or managing. I can't see James Mitchell wrestling. No.
Yeah, no.
But
I'll send it to you.
Okay, yeah, send it to me. We want to get your review here in a little bit before you have to get off about JCP and how that went. You told me you had a very interesting story to tell on that. But let's finish this review up real quick. Knighton, what else we got?
We have match number 3, the Immortals versus the Slime Balls for the NWA US Tag Team Championship. Now you can say your piece on this instead of jumping ahead.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, this was brutal. And of course, I thought of Knighton when I watched this. And I thought, man, he's probably enjoying the shit out of this because they got their, I mean, they were great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not crapping on the Slime Balls or sliming on them. I don't know. Knighton.
I fucking hate you for that. Shut up. Don't ever do that again.
So, yeah, the Slime Balls had a difficult time here with the Immortals. And when he props up one of the Slime Balls, I cannot remember his name.
It was Sage.
Sage, the smaller guy. He props him up there in the corner, lifts up the legs, and just smacks the shit out of his chest. He asked the crowd, please hush for just 1 second so you can all hear this. And it was brutal. I mean, brutal. So, Slime Balls, nice little effort. But the Immortals, they continue to book strong. And I'd like to see the Immortals take on Blunt Force Trauma.
Ooh.
That sounds like a good match.
I agree.
Once they drop the U.S. tag,
Mimsy.
I
like that nickname.
It's Mimsy. I do say yes, Mimsy.
It is me. It is the Mimsy. It's me.
Well, let's go back and talk about that match real quick.
Oh, don't say it like that.
What is next for Mims, and what are your comments on this?
Let's see. What is next for me? What's next for me is it's the same thing that I said in that promo before. I did the opposite of winning in that match. I am focused on the future. Do I want my NWA Television Championship back? Of course I do. I need to have it back. Oh my God, cat, stop trying to. My cat's trying to bite my foot. He's showing that he believes in me. Thank you, Beans. I believe in you too, little ball of fur. But the mission, the goal is still the same. It is to cement my legacy and create a new tradition in the NWA. And the tradition is going to be that Mims is holding all the belts. I'm not just going to win the NWA television title back. Again, it's not just going to come back into my beautiful chocolate hands. Also, I don't know if you knew this, but there's somebody else walking around with a belt that I also want. And I'm not talking the 10 pounds of gold just yet. I'm talking about the national title. Why not have me do a Matt Hardy-esque run where I'm just holding every belt that exists? I can hold every belt in the NWA. And you know what? I said I was going to relinquish the television title for the women. You know what? Right now, because I'm upset about this, because of the fact that I feel cheated, slighted, and embarrassed. I want all the titles. I'm holding their titles. I'm going to be the women's tag team champions by myself. I'm going to be the women's television champion. I'm going to be the women's world champion. I'm going to be the men's world champion. I'm going to be the men's tag team champion. Yes, somehow that's going to work too. I'm going to hold both of the belts. The USA tag team titles, of course, if I'm already the world tag team champion, one of them, just me, because I'm too much man. I'm too much man. I'm two people. I'm going to have those ones too.
Where do you start, though, with this championship run? How about Thrill Billy? That's a match.
Well, yeah, that's what he was getting.
Oh. You're getting ahead of yourself with the Thrillist Billis. No, he comes after I handle business. There's this thing that a lot of us have, or like we like to talk about as champions. It's our rematch clause in our contracts. We get those whenever we get belts, right? Along with the championship payday, which that's gonna, whoo boy, there's a good reason to save your money in pro wrestling, and I think everybody's gonna find out that I had a little plan of what to do with my money, and it happened to be my little ace in the hole in case something silly like this happens. And well, you'll see that happen actually in Dothan, Alabama. If you happen to come there, you'll see where that money is gonna be spent very well. But that might just conclude with me happening to grab my NWA Undisputed Television Championship back. But also that will lead me to the promised land of collecting all the belts that I want. All the ones that have my name on it. And it just happens to be that all the ones that have my name on it Or all the ones that exist in the NWA. That's crazy.
Just every one of them.
Crazy convenient how that works.
Yes. Mims, does this mean you're in Dothan, Alabama? You're going to reveal possibly somebody to have your back, somebody that you're paying to have your back, maybe a manager. What's going on?
Maybe Trey Davis.
No.
Oh.
Maybe Kara.
Yeah. Maybe she will get this silly idea of being spectacular Kara K. She'll finally trade up and become big, strong Kara. That's what we all want. That's what we need.
Oh, yes.
I'm ready.
I want it. It would be great.
Only if you're there, Trey.
Now, here's the deal. Max had James Mitchell in her corner. Mims had nobody in his corner. If Mims had Kara, I believe the result might have been different.
That's a good point. That's a good. You know what? I'm glad that Kara's sitting here on the podcast to also, like, you know, for something that I feel like she needs, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is something that she needs because I gotta be honest with you, man. There's a huge amount of shame that should go on Kara right now. You left me hanging. You could have managed me. I could have won that match. We could have ran off into the sunset. I could be world heavyweight champion right now with you by my side, and then we could go and find us another young man to be my tag team partner, or young woman, you never know. It could be you. You could hop in the ring and we could become world tag team champions. I'd be the world heavyweight champion. We'd be the world tag team champions. But what did you do? What did you do?
And we would have had the guy who held all the title belts and his partner on the podcast. So
exactly.
We'll get on that too.
I think this is still a possibility for 2024.
This is in the year of our Lord, 2024. This could happen.
Dothan, Alabama. I'm really excited about this now. What does Mims have up his sleeve?
Yeah, what do I have up my sleeveys?
I don't know.
It's not just my armies. I also have other things up my sleeveys.
Yeah, but you've been getting kind of, I don't know, that I was kind of turned off by how you treated that ref at JCP.
Oh no.
He like practically strangled her.
Oh, Mims.
Hey.
Yeah, that was not cool, buddy.
Let's put it like this, right? I'm gonna give you another round of shame. As my potential new manager, and the one I want. I'm telling you right now, I'm putting in my bid to do this. Why do you continue to defy me? But like, you should be supporting my actions in supporting me. You know, it was a surprise to me to see you there at that show, and I was like, wow, maybe Kara changed her mind about her terrible decision, because I think as a smart man, I think she's a smart woman. So she came out to scout the actual talent, you know, and I was there being talent, doing what I do. And now you try to chastise me for what is, you know, honestly, at worst, you know, a little passionate discussion.
Okay.
Very close quarters, passionate discussion. And I think that Hunter, she's a great girl. She's a good ref. Okay, let me downgrade that a little bit. She's decent. What would make her good? What would make her great is if she learned how to it's this crazy thing we do in professional wrestling called counting to 3. You know, if she learned how to do that,
wow,
for the right person, I think, you know what? There's times in our lives when we have to recognize that we just don't. We need a little help. Yeah. And she needed a little help. She needed glasses. That's what she needed, because she counted 3 when I clearly wasn't pinned. I don't
care if we don't get that review tonight. We will definitely do it on the next, or we'll do it a special podcast, because I want to hear all about that show. About it.
I hope we have a good review where Kara at least tries to reframe what happened in a better way for somebody she's going to be managing.
You had some problems with Shoop? Is that how you say his name? Scoop,
Uh,
or is it Snoop? Or I don't know. Is it Snoop?
Wait, was
Scoop?
it Snoop? No, Shoop.
Is it
well, see, some people like pronounce it shoop. I pronounce it loser. But hey, it's
Oh.
The
tomato,
L is
right?
silent.
Yes, the shoop is silent. There you go.
Oh man, Knighton, are you still there?
He's threatened. He's threatened by the sheer power of this pod.
Hello, Knighton Thompson. I don't know. He must have fell asleep. I don't know what's going on with him. We were reviewing the podcast, and we were talking about your match and how sad we were.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's like, I quit. Mims is no longer television champion. I quit.
Yeah.
Exactly. But you know what'll bring him back is understanding that in the future there's a brighter future on the horizon. This is just one little mistakey wakey on the road to greatness. It happens. It happens. Every now and then you catch a loss. Everybody can't be undefeated. Everybody can't be.
Well, we're glad we've got you on the podcast. We're gonna review this last match with Thrill Billy taking on Paul Burchill.
Yes.
And this was a good match. I thought Paul showed some fire in this match, man. He's pretty brutal for his. I mean, like, he's not a small guy, but he was pretty. He stuck it to Thrill Billy a couple of times in this matchup. What did you think of this matchup, Mims?
I thought it was a very great and hard-hitting match. I'm actually a big fan of Paul Burchill, and I think I became a bigger fan because I only got to see a little bit of him. I watched him when I was watching, WWE for the short stint that he was there. But I got to watch a little bit more of his work currently. Because, sometimes, when a company drops the ball, people don't get to show everything they can do. They can't show how great of a talent they are. He got the opportunity to come to the NWA and show just how great he is. Show that we missed out on something great here, but we're getting that greatness here in the NWA. Now, obviously, he came up a little bit short, but that's a young man. And I say young man because he moves like he's my age. And you wouldn't be able to tell from the way that he looks, how big and jacked and tan he is, and also how great he moves in that ring, that he's not exactly 31 years old, just like this strapping young lad you're talking to.
How old is he?
That's a good question. Right now, I'm just going to assume 31 because I saw that match. You saw that match. There's no way. Actually, you know what? A crisp 25.
Well, you remember he was away from the business for a little bit, so I guess he was able to kind of save his body, from getting...
It sounded like he said 30 years. Did I miss? I've never...
No.
Okay.
No.
I was
Paul
like, there's
Burchill,
no way that guy's old enough.
Paul Burchill is 44. Sorry, I had to take a nice little step away. Air's dry as hell in here, and I got a bloody nose, so...
Aw.
Yeah.
That's
right.
bloody
Sorry.
bad. I'm bloody sorry for you.
Don't be bloody sorry, mate.
Yeah, bottle of water and all that. Yeah,
we're talking about the main event, Knighton. What did you think of this match?
Let me tell you, I've always enjoyed watching Paul Burchill. Like Mims had stated when I was coming back, I overheard Mims describe Paul Burchill, and yeah, he's always been a very talented wrestler. And seeing him in the ring with Thrill Billy, I wanted more. Personally, I wanted more. I was like, they could go. I could sit there and just watch them go for a half hour. Because, I mean, Paul was landing those nasty European uppercuts. That's one move that I've always loved, is just for a strike, just a European uppercut.
Yeah.
It is just right in the chest, take him down. And
who's got the best European uppercut you've ever seen?
Cesaro, Claudio Castagnoli.
I'll go with Steve Regal.
That was a good one too. Fuck.
Mims, who you got? Yourself?
Who do I got? Yes. I
Yes.
was going to say future me whenever I take a trip to Europe and I come back and I bring one of the best exports out of the UK, out of Europe as a whole, which is going to be my European uppercuts. But if I had to say anybody, now, whatever. I would say, I could go with Claudio. Those are some nasty Europeans.
Yeah.
Honestly, Odinson's pretty. He's probably got one of the most athletic Europeans I've ever seen. Have you seen him do that corkscrew European uppercut that he does? Like, I guess it's like, what is it, like the Asgardian elbow, the Asgardian uppercut? Because with a spin with it, that takes out of Europe. That's a whole different plane of existence.
Size, yeah, that's cool. But yeah, I thought this was a great matchup. I mean, yeah, they could have gave him a little bit longer, but Paul coming into this felt like a hope, kind of an underdog deal. Like, look, I've been away for a while, and now I want to test myself against the best. And I thought he held his own, and he still looked strong even with this loss. I was kind of hoping at the end, and I'd kind of like to see something happen at the end of Power that kind of leaves you wanting what's going to happen next week. Like Mims coming out, maybe staring down Thrill Billy or something like that. So I was kind of hoping maybe we were going to see the next feud there, but nope, he won it. He rose the bell. He's like, all right, this is it. I beat him, and that was it. But I will say this has probably been one of my favorite episodes of Power, despite Mims losing. It was still epic. I was still on the edge of my seat watching that match. And, I just thought all the matches were pretty good on this show. One of my favorite episodes of Power.
I love that. I thought it was really good, too. The production for the CW is, I don't know, I feel like it's really impressive.
Yes. Mims, I know you lost, but I mean, just watching as a fan, what did you think of Power this week?
So what did I think? Because that is important. I mean, my thoughts are very important.
They are.
Let's see. So when it comes to the entire episode of Power, obviously there's going to be a big old blotchy stain on it from the. Honestly, it's not even safe for work. What happened on that episode of Power? Let me turn that down. Because nobody should see something so silly, so honestly fictional. I don't even believe it really happened. I'm still having a hard time coping with it.
Me too. Oh my god, when you got pinned, I was just like, what?
Yeah.
What? This is how I feel about it. We'll correct that mistake. We are in the business of correcting mistakes. See me as like whiteout, but I'm black, so you can call it blackout. So we're just gonna knock out that little mistake. But outside of that, overall, it was a great episode of Power. I mean, I'm always a big fan to see big meaty men slapping meat, big meaty people slapping meat. So as a fan, I was definitely going to be going for the match that I was in, not just because it's me and every match I do is great, because why not? I mean, Kara even knows that. That's why she's going to be my manager. But
yes.
But along with that, you had Trevor Murdoch and Mike Knox beating the absolute piss out of the Southern Six, and you can't go wrong there.
I love that. Kerry Morton getting thrown around like a rag doll.
See, and I love Kerry. I think he's a great guy. He's a real stand-up man. But also, he is just so fun to see get thrown around and punched in his very pretty, very smooth face. Like, it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. Poor Alex Taylor, he has to be along for the very, very painful ride that they both went on when they felt those cement mixers they call hands.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
I think Ricky got a couple of shots in there from Trevor Murdoch.
Oh, yeah. And see, I feel bad for Ricky. He's a legend. Right. But, I mean, I'm not going to lie. Those fists of Trevor Murdoch, those are kind of legendary in their own. Yeah, those are two warring legends right there. I wouldn't want to catch one of those. Let's put it like this. I'd rather have 100 matches with Ricky Morton than get punched one time by Trevor Murdoch. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, or Knox, really. Knighton, what did you think of this episode of Power?
I mean, I enjoyed it. It always kept me wanting more, and I was excited to see the next match. Yes, I was disappointed that Mims lost, but it's just a fucking roadblock, and the man is more than capable of fucking stepping up to whatever challenge and taking it on and grabbing it, going to the next one.
Well, I speculated, Mims, that Max could possibly challenge for the world title now, but now I'm starting to think that the issue between you and her is not over.
Oh, of course not. I mean, this is the thing. You can't go through and disrespect people and think the story is just closed. The book is not closed on me and Max. It's not closed yet. There's obviously going to be a rematch there, and we'll see exactly how that works. And I don't think it's going to go in their favor. But also, another point of disrespect that I feel like is probably the most pertinent here is that they stepped in the way of my quest for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. I am building a legacy. I am building and writing history myself because history is written by the winners, and I am simply a winner. I am nothing else but that. Oh, well, I actually am something else besides that. I'm also handsome. I think you guys knew that. So,
go ahead.
With that being the case, that's probably the biggest affront to me is stepping in the way of that. I have to start my lucky sevens all over again. I have to build back from the bottom to get back up to the top. And though it is a roadblock, that doesn't mean it doesn't piss me off.
I will say,
yeah.
I thought, all bullshit aside, I thought you did a very excellent job working this match. It's not, I'm sure, it was tricky working this match, but I think this match was highly entertaining, and I just want to tip the cap to you for. Honestly, when I heard this match, it was more of a spectacle. Like I just got to see this because I don't know how they're gonna, I don't know how this match is gonna go down, and I thought you did an excellent job as well as Max. I'm not, Max did a great job too, but great.
I mean, you to say that for yourself. I think Max did a stinky job, and I'm mad about it. Obviously, I don't know who I'm more mad at. I don't know if I'm more mad at Kara or if I'm more mad at Max because again, it's.
Okay.
I want to. Kara, come on.
Okay, no, but
look, Kara
joking.
Told you she's down.
Yeah, I'm down. And before you were about to get mean for no reason, I was about to completely agree with Trey. I thought, both of you did amazing, but I thought that was such an entertaining match, and I think you did great.
Thank you. That means a lot coming from you since you're going to be my manager. It means a lot.
I just feel like if you had her in your corner, things might have turned out a little bit different. Just to have somebody have your back, buddy, because your tag partner's still mad at you that he didn't get 5 more minutes.
Well, yeah. Because unfortunately, this is exactly why Dak Draper is falling on hard times because, as you saw in the match that we had, just over time with a person like that, they just don't have your back. So that means he's had to shutter his doors at his only business he's ever run, which is Dak's back insurance. He didn't have my back. I was not insured. I canceled my premium because obviously I was paying into it for nothing because he did not have my back. He had his own back. But, big old but, I have Kara now. I have the opportunity to get more than I ever had with Dak Draper. You know what? Now I could probably win the tag team titles by myself because I have Kara in my corner. Like it's big strong Kara. It's
okay.
It's are you already thinking about what kind of gear you would wear to accompany Mims at ringside?
Are you kidding? I've been
maybe X-Men theme.
Oh, I think constantly about what gear I would have if I were a wrestler, what gear, what I would wear if I was actually anywhere but backstage. Of course.
That is awesome. Mims, what about you? Have you thought, well, you know what? If I do get a manager, this is what I want her to wear.
Well,
name plastered all over it.
Let's keep this PG. Yes.
PG. No. What's gonna happen right now is it's gonna get rated R, and I'm gonna throw you a curveball because you think I'm gonna say something gross, right? No, she would be strictly my manager, so obviously it would be all professional. You cannot mix business with pleasure. And Kara is a married woman. Ew. Correct. What is wrong with you? But on top of that, where I'm thinking this R rating is growing, hey, I'm thinking a little bit old school. give her some faux animal fur. Faux animal fur. I know she is a friend of all animals.
Right.
And then also, give her some. We're gonna crimp and curl that hair, make it all wild and crazy. We'll probably take a, just to condition her up so she can really look fully the part, and you can start to kind of get the picture here of what I'm saying. We're gonna put a cheese grater on the forehead. We gotta build up the scars up there, so she's got to look the part.
No,
We got to get the
Knighton,
crazy
please
eyes.
cut all of this out.
Knighton,
Nope, we're keeping it in. And the next part, hey, Kara, I don't know how you're gonna do it, but you have to grow a big beard. We're gonna need you to grow about probably another foot. I think you're about what, 5'7", 5'6", one of those. And then also we're gonna need to get you some chains. It's gonna be Bruiser Kara.
Yep,
It's gonna be Bruiser Kara.
Bruiser.
Yep, Bruiser Kara. Bruiser Brody will live on through Kara.
Okay. Well, while I think Knighton has a great laugh, and I'm so happy I just heard it, I don't know who that is. And
I know.
It's you. It's you. It's the spirit.
Kara, how are you with kind of climbing into the crowd and kind of swinging a chair around and screaming?
Yes.
Listen, I think
that. Can you pull that off? Knighton, sorry.
Oh God, yeah, I think Kara could pull that off. I could see her yelling at everybody, "Get out of my way!"
Let's hear your best grunt. Kara, you need to practice. What's your best grunt? Give me your best one. Scare the kids.
I think, I don't know. Maybe I should be a baby face manager.
I don't know. That's guys. That sounded like a terrible grunt. That was the worst grunt I've ever heard. It didn't even sound like a grunt.
It was okay. Could have been worked on.
Kara,
okay.
you should be a skill manager that helps out your talent whenever you have to. And then when you're interviewed about it and they're like, why did you do that? Why did you hand, Mims the chair? You just smile with that beautiful smile. Just smile and say, well, I just had to help my client out. I mean, that's all you got to say. And just smile. And then you let Mims go from there. Like, look, don't talk to my manager.
Yeah. Okay, if this ever happens, A, you'll have to be my coach, Trey. But B, it actually would be really fun. This might be weird to say about yourself, but I think I'm a nice person. In general, I'm nice. It's just easy to live life and be nice to people. So I'm just nice. Right. But I think it would be I can't imagine being the way you're describing, but I actually think it would be so much fun to try.
I think you'd kind of like it.
I think I would too.
I'm tired of being nice.
Yeah, I kind of think I would too. I mean, I have really bad road rage, so if I could just channel that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate everyone when I'm driving, so I could just
I'm the same way. And you know what? You know who else had really bad road rage?
My mom.
Your mom.
What's going on here?
Trey and I have known each other since, I don't know, we were really young. And my mom had horrible road rage. I can't believe you remember that.
Yeah. Oh, I remember, definitely. She would get on your dad. She's a bad backseat, or she'd get on your dad sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember one time it was about to turn red. And your mom's like, go. And your dad was like, he just didn't. Your dad, he's super chill. He just didn't even say anything. And she's like, "What the hell? There's always a hesitation. You could have went. What are you doing?" And he's just like, didn't say a word. Just sat there
Except, my mom would not say what the hell.
Oh yeah.
Some spicier language.
She didn't mess around with any language that wasn't.
Let me
spicy.
tell you, he would have been a hell of a manager.
Oh my gosh.
I've seen her cut pretty promos on people. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I know. I do kind of want to channel my Joan Copeland energy and just.
Oh, she was great. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish I would have been able to meet her. I mean, now I know where you get this niceness from. I've met your dad at I think 2 different shows that you may have brought him to, and he's such a nice guy, and you're just so nice. You're too much of a daddy's girl. Be mama's maniac. Just don't.
Yeah, you heard. That's what it is. Oh my God, Mims, you're a genius. Channel Joan, and Joan don't put up with no shit.
No.
Exactly.
All right. I mean,
just and 2 more things: get a big old chain and grow a beard. There we go. We're done. That's all we need.
Okay, well, you guys, let's talk about something else. Your viewers don't know me and they don't care about this. Tell me that person's name and I'll Google it. Bruiser.
I was about to say, I care about the chain and the beard.
Bruiser Brody.
Bruiser Brody.
Yes. Oh boy.
Night, do you agree with all this?
I'm all for it. I have no say in this. I'm enjoying every single bit of this.
What? I'm sorry. You want me to look like this man? What? What is wrong with you guys?
Yes, please.
Why would this person be who I modeled my management by?
Because then
who is this man?
Nobody would fuck with us. Who fucked with Bruiser Brody? Nobody.
I mean, Abdullah did.
Kinda.
Me,
that would be cool.
Mark Calloway did, and he found out real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And he's the Undertaker. Come on.
Okay, no, this is nothing like I was anticipating.
Mom's old SWAT gear. I know she had some. That could be pretty cool. No, I mean, it looked like the Shield kind of stuff. Yeah,
I could see
I would.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I could just see Kara being like, "Screw you guys! I'm out of here. If you want me to look like that shit."
Yes. If I'm gonna look like combat gear, it's gonna be like.
If you wore your mom's old stuff, maybe you could channel like, your mom or
what, like her bulletproof vest and her like holster.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, I just got it. I just got it right here. Didn't you, because she has a bulletproof vest, or she had a bulletproof vest, didn't they run like a security company or something? Like Big Boss Man. There we go. Big Boss Kara. There we go.
Okay, no. No. I'm gonna be cute if I'm a manager. No.
You can just like wear like some shorts instead of like the full police gear, and like, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Like wear a tank top under the bulletproof vest, and just the nightstick has like sparkles on it or something. I don't know.
I mean, I actually kind of like that.
You could go with 90s grunge girl or something. Maybe you got some old 90s clothes, some flannel, something like that. Maybe, hey, Billy might like that. He might think that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, actually, yeah. What are we saying? If I actually get this job, I will wear whatever Billy Corgan wants me to wear, and it'll be settled. If he wants me to look like this Bruiser Brody fellow, then that's what I'll do. Oh my gosh, this man died of a stabbing.
Yeah, so we forgot to mention that part. We're not taking any trips to Puerto Rico, so don't.
Wow. Oh my gosh, he was only 42. That's sad. Anyway, sorry, I'm on his Wikipedia.
Yeah, don't go to Puerto Rico. Stay away from Tony Atlas. He'll probably try to touch your feet.
Oh, I know about the feet thing.
You did not know that Tony Atlas had a foot fetish?
No, I had no.
Wait, what?
Oh my!
I didn't know this.
Yeah, Tony Atlas has a foot fetish apparently.
I did not know that.
It's like a well-known thing.
I was gonna say allegedly. You never know. I've never seen this. The only person I know that's famous that has a foot fetish is Quentin Tarantino, but like there's little like evidence all over the place of like feet. But
oh boy,
hey, I hope Tony Atlas is surviving the foot fetish allegations. I hope he is surviving that.
Oh, that's really weird and kind of creepy.
Hey, different strokes for different folks.
True.
And on that note, I'm going to go get my feet in this gym here, because you know what? You can't be big, strong Mims if you don't go to the gym. You can't. And that's where I need to go.
Appreciate you being on the podcast, and you're welcome back anytime, brother.
I appreciate you guys having me. I'm glad that I was able to be on the podcast and finally reach out to my soon-to-be manager. This is the first time we've been able to talk and actually talk about this management strategy. We will be in contact. I will be breaking off some of them ducats to make for sure you're very well paid, because you're going to be a manager to a great star, because you're going to make me a great star.
JCP, when you wrestle there, would you bring her to those shows too?
Of course. You think Joe Kazana is not going to give Big Strong Mims exactly what he wants? Joe Kazana loves me. So of course he's going to have my manager in the building. He's going to be, you know what? I could talk to Joe pretty quickly and tell him, hey, the hotbed of the greatest new act in professional wrestling should be Joe Kazana Promotions. This, you want people to be able to say, oh, I saw the first time that Big Strong Kara and Big Strong Mims came out there and did what they do, where they started their legacy, where they started writing the history books. That happened at Joe Kazana Promotions. He could have that. He could have that. He could steal that away under
All
Billy
right.
Corgan's nose.
We
He could
will-
have that.
We will talk to him.
Yes.
That'll be great. That'd
But
be
you
great.
guys have a great night, and I appreciate you guys
too.
having me. You
too,
guys
bud.
have a good one.
Good to talk to you.
Take it easy,
Bye.
man.
Bye.
All right, Kara, we've got around 10 minutes. Can you tell us this JCP story to end us tonight?
Well, you know I'm not really good at reviewing matches or anything.
No, all you got to do tonight, just tell us the story tonight. We might do like a separate.
I mean, I can tell you about how it was in a completely different part of the country that I thought it was in.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Time-
that's what I want to hear about.
What?
Yeah, Knighton. So I am geographically challenged. I've always been. Speaking of my mom, I think it's something I got from her. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I use my GPS an embarrassing amount. Like, I'll go places I've been a million times and just like turn it on just in case.
Same way, and I deliver for UPS. So.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna
It's
say,
fine.
wait, how do you do that?
Well, that's why I just do it part time now. I don't like doing it. I hate it.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that with a bad sense of direction, but you
Yeah.
can tell me about that. But so also, Knighton, I'm from like Trey and I are from the same hometown. My dad's old. I'm there like, once every 2 or 3 weeks. I was there a few weeks before the JCP event, and I was like, oh, let me just quickly open Google Maps and see how far away this place is. I typed it in and I was like, oh my gosh, it's an hour and 27 minutes. Great. So I like made these plans with my dad to go, and he was so excited. And I live in Atlanta, so it's like an hour and 45 minutes to where my dad lives. So like Friday morning, I woke up, did some work, like slowly made my way to Ringgold, picked up my dad, no rush, like thinking like, oh, it's an hour and 27 minutes away. We're not in a hurry. We'll have time to like explore this little town. And then we'll go to the show. And I thought we'd have like this whole fun day together. And for the past few weeks, I've just been like saying, oh, I'm going to see some wrestling in Kingsport, Kingston. I don't know what it's called, but I'm going with my dad. Like, that's what I would tell people. It never occurred to me that my like not really caring about the fact that I had the name wrong. It never occurred to me that I put the wrong name in when I looked up how far it was. So it was it was an hour and 27 minutes to a place called Kingston. This was in a place called Kingsport.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, one of them is by Knoxville, one of them is by Virginia.
Oh
So-
no.
My dad and I are backing out of the car. I didn't even turn on the GPS yet because I was like, you get on 75 North. Like there was no like pressure or rush to see where I was going. I had already looked it up. So like we're backing up and I was like, okay, let me put in the name of the venue. And it said 3 hours and 20 minutes. And I was like, what? And I actually teared up, which sounds so ridiculous, but I was like, my dad's almost 87, and like, I didn't want to be in the car another 3 hours and 20 minutes, and I had already driven an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So needless to say, we did it anyway. And then the next day I woke up and did it all again, going home. But the show was wonderful. And when I got there, I was like, it was worth all the driving. It was so much fun and such a good show, but I will never again just like be flippant about the fact that I don't know where I'm going. Like, never again.
Oh my God, that would have been terrible. I looked it up and it was around 3 hours and 10 minutes.
Why didn't you tell me? I
Why
thought
did-
I like texted you and was like, oh, it's only an hour and a half from Ringgold. Come. I almost texted you like, Trey, why didn't you tell me this place was so far away?
Well, then I looked it up myself, I guess, and I was like, oh God, no, that's not just an hour and something. You know?
You should have texted me that information.
Well, I just thought you would have found that out. I don't know. I just typed in the venue. Well, you did find out eventually.
Yeah, I typed in Kingston, Tennessee, which is a place.
Yes. I could see where you, that sounds exactly like something I would do. I mean, just like something I would do.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff happens. How was your dad having to ride all that way? Because
he was fine. Like he doesn't.
I
He
can
doesn't.
go like maybe. I mean, as long as you stop, I guess it's not a big deal. But about 3 hours, I got to stretch my legs at least.
Yeah, I mean, I was excited to stop at a Buc-ee's. I love Buc-ee's, but Knighton, you probably don't have Buc-ee's where you live, do you?
No. Before you start getting ahead of yourself, we're actually getting one.
Oh, you're getting a Buc-ee's? Well,
I'm getting a Buc-ee's it's just outside of Madison, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, prepare to be amazed.
Buc-ee's gas station, Wisconsin.
Buc-ee's be a great sponsor for NWA.
Oh my gosh.
It's going to be in DeForest, which is about an hour and 20 minutes away from me, but
it's worth the drive. You disagree, Trey?
It depends. If I don't like crowds, so it's like, my kids always want to go when we're coming back from the beach.
Yes.
Or on the way to the beach. And I always, take them. But at that time, I'm wanting to get home. And I'm only like 40 minutes away from the house. And you've been traveling all that, all day. And you're like, all right, let's get this over with. And then you pull in, you get your gas, you go inside, come out. It takes you 10 minutes to pull out because it's so packed out. But I felt like, if I were to go under certain other circumstances, I would have liked it more. Because I got some jerky from there and it was unbelievable. It was so good. I couldn't believe how good it was. I was like, what? Like, this is awesome. Somebody else was telling me the brisket there is really good.
I don't even eat meat and I am obsessed with Buc-ee's.
Go ahead.
That's the one thing that I've really heard about Buc-ee's is they're known for their brisket. Like, I'm going to at least try it once, but I'm going to say this as a Wisconsin boy, Quick Trip with a K and a T, they're not going to lose my business. They're similar to Buc-ee's, but they don't have the extravagant barbecue. They have a hot spot, which has like a conundrum of food, but it's just like, I don't think they're going to lose my business.
Let me ask you, do they have those Tim Hortons where you live?
No, that's more of like I would say that's more of a northern Wisconsin thing and a Canadian thing. I don't have any down here. I'm like in the south, the mid central kind of area of Wisconsin. So,
okay, I was just curious. So, Kara, before we get off here,
yes,
we've went an hour. It's the hour podcast. One last thing I was going to ask you. What is your chances of really being Mims Manager? Because me and Knighton are really excited. Come on.
Before you speak,
are we going to have to put out a hashtag over social media and go all out? We will.
What were you about to say, Knighton?
I was about to say, don't lump me in on this. If she's not behind it, I'm not going to be behind it. But I want her to do her own thing, and she'd be comfortable. If she wants to manage Mims, let her manage Mims. If she doesn't, fucking leave her be.
I mean, honestly, I think it would be so much fun. I've kind of let them know I want to be on camera again because I was in one episode and it was the most fun ever.
Yes.
And I'm like kind of always telling people like, hey, if you need someone to do anything, like this sounds so stupid, but like I always bring extra outfits. So like, I just wear whatever to do hair, but like I always pack outfits like, oh, if they need me to be on camera, then I have like things to choose from. Yeah, I don't know. I might try to talk to someone in Dothan.
Okay. Well, so oh my gosh, I can't do that. That was 5 hours, by the way. I meant to tell you the other day.
Yeah, I know it's only 3 for me. I wish you could come.
I know it's just too far, but Atlanta, Knoxville, Nashville, areas like that, I can always make those shows.
Well, I think we're going to be in Atlanta before the year's over.
Whoop whoop. Night and fly in. Oh, I want to meet you. Like,
yes.
face, buddy. I feel
Hey,
like you're like my brother.
I have started a little savings fund, and if we get some dates, I will try to take them off, and yeah, I'll make a little trip out of it.
Birmingham, I can always make any shows in there. I mean, I don't think y'all been in Birmingham for a while, but
Wait, have we?
I don't know. Like, not recently.
Ow.
They're
No,
just
I don't
not
think
really
so.
going on tour, you know, like really kind of.
Yeah.
They're like, well, I say that because they were talking about Dauphin, and they're like, first time in 30 years, and then Fort Lauderdale, and they're like, the first time in X amount of years.
Yeah, everywhere we go. I noticed that too. I'm like, everywhere we go, they're like, first time in 30 years.
Damn. Okay. All righty. Well, we'll get off here and let you be. It is late on a Thursday night. Knighton, buddy, I love you.
Love
How
you
are
too,
you?
brother. Kara, it was nice talking to you as always.
I know. So much fun, guys. Thanks for having me, and keep up the great work.
Thank you.
We'll see y'all next week.
Take it easy.
All right. Bye.